afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Let's see. What? Let me go through this. There isn't that many, I don't think. As how you doing? E.T. Tom, and Tom's going out to the Wombat, one of his favorite places. I can't wait to get to visit there also. Bunch of good people. Anyway, let's see. Bobby's here. Good to see you, Bobby. Who else? If I miss somebody, I'll catch you. Tommy J, of course. Daniel D.A., how are you? Uh, Bill's here. Hey, Bill, what's up? Bill Clock. I think I caught everybody. So, anyway, um, I just put out a video right before I came on here. It was from our trip. We went to, took the new Nissan to Ubon, which is about 2.5 hours, I think, from here. And then it's about another hour out of Ubon to where the family's at, where their land and everything is, and where we ended up. And if you look at the video, it ended up being like two rye. I think they would have given her anything that she wanted, but we looked at one that had already had a 3/4 of a rye pond on it, and plenty of room to build whatever we want to build. So I believe that's the one that she wants to get. There's a 6 rye block there, so they'll take the two, and then they're going to give the rest to the aunt. That's actually my mother-in-law's. I think my mother-in-law's land. That's whose name it's in now, but she's going to give it back to her sister. Her sister took care of grandpa and grandma, and so they were well deserved what they get. Great people. And the uncle actually does some building, so I think he's going to. I talked to him about. It's going to be a simple house. It won't be exactly Thai style, but very close. But it'll be enclosed and everything. For I can't live anywhere or even visit anywhere that doesn't have air conditioning. So, hey, Stuck, how you doing? Hi, Gary. But hey, Chris, glad to see you could make it, Chris. Oh, I know Chris is a busy guy. Um, so it was really nice. I liked it. I'm still debating on what I was actually talking to Tom, Thailand Digital Nomad, about that Rayong property there that next to where he lives. So it's all about money. So if stuff comes in, then great, then I'll do it. But if not, then I'm gonna finish the house here, do the plunge pool, the pond, and the little house here, and then maybe on. I may raise the land because the land's really, if you're not putting pylons in, like I did here, the land's supposed to sit for about a year before you should build on it to settle and compact and all that. So that'll be pretty good timing if we raise the land that we want to build at now, and then let it sit. And then I want to check into. I'll go to YouTube, of course, and look up what it takes to raise tilapia for food and for food and profit. I don't know if they could, like I said in the video. I think it's a whole different ball game here. If they can do it, feed themselves and make 1,000 baht, they'll do it. Doesn't matter, no question. How long did it take? What did it take? They'll do it if they can make money on it. Just the way the Thai, I don't know. The Thai people are great. I think more countries and ought to be more like their sabai type. They don't care. They're not afraid to work. When the uncle does the rice and builds, and he does two or three, anything he can. That's just the way that it goes here. So anyway, so I'll be able to help them out too, because he said I can even get a better price on building the small structure that I want, because I don't, I need it done in a month. Take whatever you want. Take 6 months, 8 months, a year, whatever. It'll be a lot cheaper. So he told me, of course, through translating. Hey, Douglas, how you doing? Saying good morning to everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. I think they are. No one's complaining yet, but everybody's still saying hi. But it was only one day, and then we're gonna go back. If you look at it, I put in there setting grandma and grandpa or something. Um, what she wanted to do was she wanted to upgrade their, and I'm gonna forget. You'll have to look at the video. The name of the little shrine type things that they put inside the. I mentioned it. She told me the name and I forgot already, but it's in the video. Where they put the bones or the what's left of the ashes from the cremation in there, and it's inside usually inside of one of the temple areas. So she upgraded to this little one to a big mirrored colored flashy one, and she was happy as hell to do it. I think it was 10,000 baht is what she paid for the new one. Pretty cool. So the uncle's going to install it. We're going to go back on, I think, the second, just for one day, just like we just did overnight, and take a look at it and see what it looks like. Hey Jake, how you doing? Glad you could make it. But it's interesting. You know, it was a little bit of more of Thai culture that I learned. The more and more, I should actually read more about it, but I don't. But I get a lot of from my wife and my Thai family. They kind of try to keep me somewhat or get me somewhat educated. I still don't know very much about the Buddhist religion, and I'd like to know more about that. I'm going to have to read on that. She's not going to be able to explain everything to me. But yeah, it was a fun trip. We rented 2 rooms. I really didn't take a picture of the rooms. I've been there 2 or 3 times. I think I have the Monkeys of Ubon was one of the first videos I did. It's that same room. Decent bathroom, hard ass bed, typical Thai bed, but air conditioning, refrigerator, no coffee. You have to walk down and get hot water and bring it up. But 500 a night. So the kids and my mother-in-law and actually one of the aunts ended up coming down, and they spent the night in one, and me and my wife spent in the other. So for 500 baht, it was well worth it. What is that? $15? I don't even know. Is the Thai baht getting weak against the dollar? I haven't looked at it. Somebody will probably know. Hey Raymond, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Hey Tim, how you doing? I'm trying to get better at seeing that chat over there, see who comes in, and to at least say hi. But yeah, so the rooms they're building on almost exactly the same complex. Not that this place is far from the land, but maybe 10 minutes, and the new one that they're building is 5 minutes. So we might try. I don't think it'll be ready then, but I think we have to go back the end of May. When we went into Ubon, one of the Thiels was her. I call them sisters. Her cousin, or she calls them sisters. Her cousin that works. You've heard me talk about her before. She works in the pharmacy in the government hospital here in Surin. She's got to go to Ubon and to the hospital there, and I think it's 4 or 5 months of training, new training. So she went there to look to get a studio, 1 bedroom or whatever. They gave her a certain amount of money, but what the weird part was, she was already there driving around, had looked at 1 or 2, and then my wife said, "Well, we'll look around the hospital and help you, see if we can find something." And I pointed to this one. I said, "This is close. It looks like an apartment." She read the Thai writing and said, my wife said, "Yeah, it is." So we pulled in. Her and her mother go in and check everything out. They're gone for like 20 minutes. And I'm going, oh, well, the electric car on with the air conditioner. So I was totally content. And came back, and damn if the sister wasn't already there, and they both looked at it, and she took that apartment. I guess couldn't ask for better karma than that, right? I mean, we hadn't even met up, and out of all the places around the hospital there in Ubon, we both end up at the same one. So she took it. So we're going to go back the end of May, and we'll take the truck and bring her scooter there and some other stuff that she needs. It was a fully furnished 1 bedroom, I guess, nice size, and it was only 500 baht over what they're giving her to actually go there and study. So what did I miss? Chris is well. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Let's see, did I miss him? Oh, Mitch. Good morning, Mitch. How are you? Aussie, how are you doing? That's a new channel. If you guys, somebody can put that up, you guys will know who that is. Um, it's an ET got it. Paul X starting the channel. Um, so do that. Martin, how you doing? So yeah, so it was a good day. We actually didn't meet up with the sister, the cousin. She went back. She ended up staying there at the big temple. I think it's one of the main attractions in Ubon. I forget the name of the temple, but she stayed close to there and then went home with her mom. She was with her father and her brother. We came back to Surin. So we'll go back the end of then too. So uh, it was fun. I had a great time. It was a little bit. It isn't that bad of a ride. And like I said, when we do build, I'm mainly doing it investments in the future, I guess, for my wife and the family, and for them to have some. They do take some fish out of there. There are tilapia in there now. You'll see the pond in the pictures, but it's like 3 meters deep, and it looks like it's about a meter and a half or 2 meters now. And he said it keeps water the year round. He said I want to drill a well, and he said the water's really good there, so that I can keep it topped off. But I got a koi ponds. You could ask me anything you want, and I could tell you about that. As far as water chemistry, I know that. I just need to know how many fish can I put in a 3/4 rye, pond that deep, and what would the yield be? And like I said, they don't need much. I mean, even if they're just getting fish, but I think I got to put aerators on it, and stuff like that. So I'm going to have electricity brought to the property, but I'm going to try to go solar and go green on it. We'll see. If it becomes a pain, I'm not that much of a gotta go green type thing. But if I can do it, I'd like to try because I haven't done it before. So, but yeah, so I'll start. I guess I'll start looking at YouTube on fish farming of some sort of tilapia. And did there. Thanks, Stuck. Appreciate it. And Bobby did it too. Cool, cool. Thanks, guys. Everybody's on top of it. I got the best moderators. Um, except for Mitch, he's kind of a slacker. He used to be the ultimate moderator, but now he's slacking off, actually enjoying his retirement in life, which we had talked about a lot. I'm just kidding with Mitch, but he's having a good time. He's having fun with Chuck and Joe and James, Chocolate Man in Thailand. They're all having a looks like a great time. I wish I could have been there. And we might meet up. I'm trying to figure out something with Mitch and maybe spend a week or something traveling on the road between Tat Panome and John Tiem. So I'll let everybody know about that when we finalize it up. But I think I'm caught up, right? Right. Hey Douglas, how you doing? Mitch is the moderator god. Yeah, he is. He's the best, that's for sure. He just knows it. I mean, he's been doing it forever. I mean, everybody loves him. Well, maybe not everybody, but 99.9% of the people do. He's a good guy. There's no doubt. I know I stand by him. So, and I call him friend. So that I don't take lightly. So anyway, I'm coasting now. Where you guys are? Well, I don't know if he can say or not. They try to, but if he can, he'll post it. But I don't remember what dates. I'll have to talk to him off this and find out. Maybe he'll come on after we get off, or I'll talk to him and find out. Let's see. Am I supposed to? I'm posting now. Okay, I'm caught up. So, no one working here yet. I've got to. I wanted to wait till I came back from Ubon, and now I got to go get some steel to have him outside of the Thai kitchen. I want to put a cover on about a 2 meter by 3.5, 4 meter area where the washing machine and they can hang all the clothes to dry. Um, we thought originally we were going to be able to pull it into the Thai kitchen and all that, and it'll be a pain in the rear. So I said, let's just build this cover, and then after that, probably after I get back from Ubon again, and I'm back home, um, we'll probably start on the plunge pool, and then to the pond, and then to the other one. But it's going to take all year. It'll take May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, it'll take 7, 8 months. Sure, I can see that. And let's see. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Glad you could make it. And Tommy, everybody saying hi to Lewis. Um, okay, so I'll start on those and see what happens. I like the I don't know which way it's going to go. Whether I want to go to Rayong and try to do something in those studio condo there. I'd like to do both, and Ubon on the new video that I just put out. I'd like to do both, but like I said, it's going to take a year once I raise the land over in Ubon to even start building. So that'll give me. Hey Jam, how you doing? Good morning to you. Bobby's saying hi to Lewis. And I didn't see Robert Mack. Is Robert here? Robert, did I miss you? I might have. It is possible. uh, and I don't know if I've seen you before. I probably have. If not, welcome. I'm going to call you Desperado. How are you? Um, and thanks to all the new subscribers and everybody that watches. I mean, it's been a blast. I'm having a good time still, so I'll be around for a little while. Let's see what Douglas saying. I do all my home improvement for cars. Yeah, exactly. But see, what scares me is, I haven't watched the video, and I guess he cut the living crap out of his fingers, and um, I have to catch up because I had asked him before, had he done a breakdown on the what I call a carport, and he had said no, and then I saw it pop up yesterday, and I'm way behind on his videos. If you guys aren't subscribed, he's going to be a top-notch YouTube personality, I think. Way better personality than me, but he's a good guy, I can tell. I can't wait to meet him, but hopefully his hands gets better. I haven't watched it yet. According to, I think Brock had mentioned something in our little chat group that it wasn't real bad. It just kind of showed the fingers after after he was done getting stitched up. So we'll see. Hey, Misdemeanor, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well for you. Lewis is saying, what did I miss? Did I miss some stuff? I probably did. Aussie and Asia, no worries, always on the sport channels. Cool. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed to both of those, but like I said, Uncle's channel is pretty good. He's got a great sense, my kind of guy. I can tell, kind of a dryish sense of humor and easy going, and I think he brings the sabai to another level from someone coming in. Let's see, Bill. He did it. Yeah, I gotta go check it out, Bill. But like I said, anybody that's watched his channel, I mean, all of them, anybody can pop in here. I know they all like it, So let's see. Gotta love. Desperado says gotta love. I'm good, mate. Missing Thailand. Yeah, I know. Anybody that's not here, I feel for you, man. I'm telling you. I'm now trying to, of course, what's going around, and I think it's going to transpire. It's pretty much a done deal. Is May 1st, there's going to be pretty much nothing. I heard they were getting rid of the Thailand pass, getting rid of everything. If you were vaccinated, you just come on in. But I'm hearing rumors that they still might have something like that, and you have to, so that you can prove that you have your vaccinations. So once May 1st comes by and all that stuff's settled, then I'll probably go, and I believe it's going to be in July. And I showed you that Just Fly app, and I think it was what, under 800 through Philippines. So I think that's reasonable to go from Bangkok to LAX. So I'll probably do that because I got to get back to the States. I want to see my mother. She's 89. My family, of course, my kids, my grandkids. You know, yeah, Mitch has got it right. He is a genuine guy. I can almost guarantee, like everybody that I've met on here, they're just like, that they're just like they come off, and I'm gonna say 100%. He's the same way. You guys will enjoy his channel. Hey, Cobus, how you doing? If I missed something, guys, put it back up. But yeah, so I got to go back and look at his videos, and I'll look at the hand one first. But I want to get the reason that I want to know on his deal is we bought the new car, don't have room for the truck and the car in my driveway. So the car, of course, is going to go in the driveway. But I'm going to ask the lady across if it's cheap enough, and I don't really need I'd probably make it smaller, like, just for one car, and put it on the lady's land across the way that where we're parking it now, and just say, you can keep it. Show me where you might want it, where you're going to build, and she's got the biggest piece of property across the street. And if she says, oh yeah, I could use it here, then I'll put in a little deal. That way the truck will be covered. So I kind of wanted to get an idea of what it cost for that. So I'll have to go. He did the video. I just haven't had a chance to look at it. I didn't ask. Does it sound good? Who's here? Chris is here. Chris, if you're still not busy and can hear, like I said, it sounds good in my ear, but it always does. And I don't know if that's because I'm plugged directly into the mic or not. I'm sure that's probably it. You're nuts? What did he say? Spent $869 for his carport, and I'm imagining that's U.S. dollars, so that's cheap. That included the concrete and everything? Really? I'll have to go back and check that out. That's a lot cheaper than I thought it was. And I might want to put something like that up on the land in Ubon too, just to have a place to, park the car or something when we're out there. And sit down, some kind of cover if we want to spend the day and fish. I don't know. Might be fun to fish the pond. Maybe I'll throw some bass in there too. Look, it sounds good. Thanks, Chris. But not labor. Okay, they're just for the materials. Okay, well that's still cheap. I'll check it out. All right, let's see what Cobus says. Okay, just hit the like button. Gotta go now. Okay, already going for a long day ahead. All right, Cobus, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Let's see. Daniel is saying, what is the lot size? It's about 2 rye. And I'm guessing the pond's about 3/4 of a rye. So I got just a little over a rye to situate what I want to build there, Daniel. We'll see. And it's not going to be anything fancy. Like I said, I want to build it not with the cheapest materials, but more on the Thai style construction, which is going to be less cost. But like I said, I got to have a ceiling and, that type of thing so I can run air conditioning inside. It can't be open. But otherwise, I'm going to try to build it kind of as cheap as possible. But I want to give the uncle the work. So, and if I can let him take a whole year to build the thing, then he can do his rice, and when jobs come up, he can take the job and leave mine sit, and he can do it cheaper, and he can make money year round. That's pretty much the goal anyway. But it should be another fun endeavor. Plus, it'll give me something to do. I can go there, spend a weekend, me and my wife, and just kind of look around and watch them build, and But the one in Rayong is the one I really would like to get. But again, it all depends on money. Isn't there a song like that? Where's Jake? But yeah, so that's the plan. We'll see what happens, and like I said, probably starting the plunge pool somewhere in May. Uh, I got to I've got to see what it's going to take, and I mean I imagine it's going to take him if he's digging the pond by hand. Although they're a lot quicker than I would have ever thought in digging stuff. So maybe you'll get him and a couple of guys out there, and they'll dig it in a day or two. Because like I said, once we get started on it with the rains coming in, you gotta keep rolling. Once we get the bottom drain and the slab in and the walls up and smooth coated, then I can just throw. It can rain, and if water gets in there, I could throw a pump in there and a sump pump and pump it out. So it's gonna be interesting whether I can keep him enthused to make it there every day, or at least Monday through Friday. It would be nice. Like I said, I really want to use him. Andy was here. I didn't even see Andy. Hey, Andy. Later. All right. Sorry, missed you, Andy. Hopefully you're still here. Um, yeah, that's how. I got to get better at watching the chat. Like I said before, I say it every time. I don't see how these people like James and Chuck and Joe do it with 150, 200 people in there. I can't even do 30. When it gets up to 40, I get a little shaky. Um, there's Tom. Tom, he's going. He should be there shortly at the Wombat. And like again, I like to say that believe the owners are from New Zealand. Tom can correct me if I'm wrong. The ones that just got married, Tom did a video and everything. And from what I've seen, and they've been really nice to me. They'll put up live chats on the big screens in the Wombat. Good people, obviously. So when I go there, if I do this little trip with Mitch, I'll end up in John TM for at least 3 or 4 days. So I'll definitely get over there and see them and meet them. I want to. Seem like great people, but I think they're from New Zealand. Let's see. Pie Guy, how you doing? Hello to you. Saying hi to everyone. He or she, I don't know. I'm horrible. I always say he. Um, Two right equal. Yeah, I would say that's about what it looks like, Daniel. It looks like close to an acre, just looking at it. 3/4 of an acre. Sounds about right. Let's see, where's Tom this morning? I think he's going to the Wombat. That's his, he's pretty much a staple there, as you are. I think they're both, Mitch and Tom both, they go there quite often, and Mark went there all the time too, but Mark's going to be in and out of Thailand over the next couple of years, and hopefully I'll get over there when he comes back to visit, which will be many times. His wife and daughter are here, so he came on the other day, so I sent him the link, and I'll send him the link every time in case he wants to. But they go to the Wombat all the time, and the food looks phenomenal. I think James goes all the time too, if I'm not mistaken. He goes quite often, but I want to check it out. Let's see, saying Bobby, are you going to do Bobby time to get going? Jam wants to know if you're still going to have a live stream this Friday, and he put yes, I plan to. So last week I couldn't, obviously. Hopefully, yeah. I don't know, when loss is a horrible, horrible thing, and everybody knows that. But I don't know. I found that anything that can keep my mind on something else is a good thing, Bobby. So I think doing it and talking about everything and anything would be a good thing. So I'll be there, I hope, on Friday. Let's see. I will jump in. So ET will be there. Yeah, he said, Mitch says awesome breakfast. Yeah, I've heard, he's on his way there now. Yeah, I've heard I've seen the food. I've seen a couple of the YouTube videos and stuff like that. And like I said, the people have been really nice to me, putting this putting my live stream up on their big screens, which is kind of cool. I've never even met them, but I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I think they're from New Zealand. Well, he's from New Zealand. She's obviously a Thai lady, and now they're married. So I don't know if that was a. I'll have to find out when I go there. I don't know if it was like me where they had already been married and then they did like a ceremonial type thing, or I'll have to find out, or maybe somebody will answer. But they seem like really nice people. Here it is. I had a great conversation with my friends Mike and my, where I met them at the Wombat months ago. Great supporters of Chuck Nova. Oh, cool. Yeah, Mitch knows a bunch of people there that he's met. Um, and like I said, it seems like just a bunch of good people go there, so that's the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. Like I said, I think that was the big. I see it too, Jake. Give me 1 minute. The surrounding yourself with good people, I think, is what changed my, what gave me a good, some kind of goals or something to go after, and and it helped. You don't need to surround yourself with negative people. So you danced the night away. Oh, at the wedding. Yeah. That looked like fun. I wish I could have been there. Why is a high rank? Yeah, that's what I heard too. Somebody had said in Bangkok, right? She kind of travels, I think. So she must do so much on and off, I guess. I don't know. It's not that far though when I really think about it. From Pattaya to Bangkok isn't really far. Hey James, how you doing? Saying hi to everybody. Yes, very professional lady. Yeah, she looks, and she's gorgeous too. Which I'm prejudiced. I kind of like the way the Thai women look, Asian women look. Let me bring Jake in here. Hey Jake, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Dave. How are you tonight?
I'm hanging in there. It was a little bit of a drive yesterday, but I actually let my wife drive part of the way. Then she's getting used the car, and I didn't really talk too much about the car. Car's absolutely phenomenal. I'm really impressed. Uh, I didn't check the liters per whatever. Somebody tell me if this is good. 17 kilometers to the liter. Is that good or bad? Where's Gary? Gary will probably know. Of
Gary will
course,
know
he
for
doesn't deal
sure,
with any
right?
fuel. He doesn't deal with fuel anymore.
17 liters to what?
To the 17 kilometers to the liter. So, like saying miles per
Liters
gallon.
to the liter.
What does that
Let's
convert
see
to in
what
miles per
DuckDuckGo
gallon?
tells me. Um,
See if it says something to convert it to what is that in miles per gallon. Maybe it'll tell you. Google, the almighty Google. Stuck is very good. Everybody saying hi to Gator.
Geez, that's really great, Dave. It's like 40 miles to the gallon.
Oh, okay,
Holy
cool.
moly.
Yeah, and I was, I got a lead foot, so I mean, it's really weird. You don't, it's all on electric, but boy, I swear, when you step on that accelerator, it sounds and it feels like a gas-driven motor, but it's all electric. So I don't know. I got the extended everything on it, so that hopefully 10 years on the battery, 5 years, I think bumper to bumper. They do all my oil changes for 3 years, and they do the major, the whatever it is. I don't think the first one's till 10,000 kilometers.
It,
So they
it,
must be using synthetic oil, obviously, in that
it
in that
converted
little
a
three cylinder.
39.99, so I'll just round that to 40.
40. Yeah, when it was and
Wow.
it was 17.2 or something. It does all the calculations.
That's awesome.
God knows how many computers. Oh, there it is. And Douglas is saying, "Congratulations on the new life change. You will love it." He's talking to you, Jake. So,
Yeah, I hear
hey,
it.
Waza.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dave. These early live streams are early compared to when I'm in Australia. Sorry, I
Ooh,
couldn't
sorry to
get
hear that,
to
was.
Sarin. My better half come down with COVID. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, that's all right. We'll meet up somewhere. Hopefully we'll all will sooner or later. Tommy says Mr. Mitch has his own stool at the Wombat. Wow.
Yeah, I asked Mark if I could borrow his while he's away for a couple of years if I get down that way.
Yeah, I bet you could. It's supposed to be. I'm looking forward to going there, and I will. Let's see. Tim from TNW Living in Ubon says, your car has a great generator that creates electricity to charge batteries and it'll run the electric motor. Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, you jump in it and step on the accelerator and you'd swear that it was almost like a, fuel injected or carbureted motor. I mean, it sound and everything. I don't know. I don't
Dave,
know.
I forget with
Maybe I'm
my
just weird.
old man disease here, but is your car your new car is hybrid? It's got
It's
a
hybrid, but
combo.
it's all electric. It only has a three-cylinder motor in it that charges the batteries. Everything runs
But I
off of
mean,
the
do you put
electric motor.
gas in it if
Yeah, you
at
put
all?
gas in it, but the motor
And then that
only
charges
charges only charges the
batteries.
battery. Doesn't do anything. That's my understanding. Let's see what Gary knows a lot about this. Yes, Dave, with hybrids you pump the accelerator. That's when you use the gas. Yeah, it was I don't know. I really liked it. Like I said, I'm going to do kind of a in-depth deal with it. Some footages inside the sound. It's got a deadening. I don't know. It's got a bunch of stuff that I haven't even learned how to use yet. So after I learn how to use a few of the deals, then I'll do a, 10-minute video on review on that car. But so far, and we drove it was about maybe 600 kilometers, 500 kilometers, something like that. It ran great, and my wife drove it for a little part of that.
Gary's the reason I'm investigating MGs, both gas and hybrids.
I looked at
So
one that was in the
Gary,
parking lot. It was in the parking lot at one of the places. Was right in front of me. The Z something. I can't remember. My wife said that's the gasoline one,
they
5-seater.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I think it's a ZS actually, Dave.
Yeah, something like that. They're nice looking cars.
Really
I don't see
nice.
any problem at all with, and the price is right. Price is
Thanks,
very
Bob
reasonable.
Barker.
No gas pollution. Yeah. Let's see. In 1984, I bought a new Ford Escort diesel, 58 miles to the gallon. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was going to get, I kind of figured in my mind it was going to get between 40 and 50. But like I said, it isn't even broke in. Well, I guess it doesn't make a difference, right? The engine might use less
I,
gas
I
when
got a
it's going.
question for Mitch. I know he's in the car or whatever, but was that a Ford Escort, sort of like the one that Johnny Something Is Happening drives, like that, those old school British Ford Escorts,
I don't
or
think
or
so.
or was
I
it
think that was
something
the actual
like
Ford
the
Escort, but
U.S.
I'll let him
version?
answer. And Stuck says he had an '83 Honda Civic that got 50. That's good. What did I have? I had an older Accord that got really good gas mileage. I want to say it was in the 40s, something like that. And actually, my little I bought a when I was traveling back and forth an hour up the hill when I was working in Fresno and I lived up in Bass Lake. Uh, I bought the what is it called the Mini Cooper S, and that thing got like 38 or 36. Of course, if you put your foot into the turbo and stuff, it would drop, but it got pretty good mileage. Here it is. Here, Tom. Tim saying the ZS is what my niece has. I think you guys had kind of talked back and forth about those.
Yeah, absolutely. BMW has given me some good information. That's why
Hey
I was like,
Carl, how you doing?
hey, Carl. So it's like I'm not beholden to like a hybrid or anything, since I'm not going to be there, but maybe a third of the time while my mom's still alive. So I don't see the value in that. So if I can get a diesel or a gasoline version of some of these MGZSs, Samkit and I both looked at those and just think, these are They're
I want to
really
say that
nice
that
cars.
MG is like in the 850 to 900. I'm guessing, if I remember right. And we paid 890 for the Nissan. Of course, she got a government discount and all this kind of stuff. But the little cars I can't get in and out of very comfortably, so we kind of ruled those out. And the mid-size ones were, I think we paid 100,000 baht more for this Nissan than we would have for the ones that we were looking at in the mid-size range. Were in the 700, 780, and we paid, I think it was 890. But like I said, she got a big discount for being a government employee. So
Well, I think, Dave, if I'm looking at some that are like 2 years old with low mileage, they're like 400, 500,000
yeah, yeah,
baht.
there you go. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they're like the initial depreciation is gone, and I'm like, what's the bad part here? I mean, as you probably know, car maintenance in Thailand is very, very affordable. If
I
you
would,
gotta
if it was
take,
me, okay, if it was me personally, I would do that. But my wife, she thinks secondhand stuff is not good. I would definitely buy it from a foreigner, and make sure that all the records and everything that they took it in for the maintenances and that they changed the oil and all this kind of stuff. I did that on my PCX, and my PCX was awesome, and
Dave,
never had a
if I
problem with it.
was a permanent resident like you are, I would have a different approach to this. But
The only
being as
reason I
somebody who
do is
might be
because
there
of
for
my
like
wife. My wife
3
doesn't.
or 4 months a year,
Yeah, my
I'm
wife
going to allow
doesn't do it.
myself a little bit more latitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mine doesn't. She doesn't like secondhand, which is okay. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. But like I said, if it was me, I would have probably bought one that was, like you said, a couple of years old, lost all its depreciation, paid maybe a little bit over half of what it was originally sold for. Maybe still under warranty. I don't know. Maybe but that it was well taken care of. And I think you could tell. Like Chuck's, what did he put on? He's put on a bunch of kilometers on that Fortuna and Fortuner. I don't know, but anyway, and he hasn't had. I haven't seen that much problem. A little bit of problems with the brakes, I think, and I think that's
But
about it.
remember,
He's
Chuck is a professional mechanic. That's
yes,
like
yeah,
you. That's
yes,
like
yeah,
you with an air conditioning unit.
yeah. That makes
You
a
know,
difference. Okay, the current MG EV you can get new for the base model 949, so 950. The top range 1.2. That's what I thought. That's their hybrid, right? The MG EV. I think that's their hybrid, and that sounds about right. And we paid 100 less uh, for the Nissan. And like I said, so far I think it's great. Prius are discontinued in Thailand. I haven't seen any, Daniel, and in California, in the San Fernando Valley, from that's where I grew up. I mean, I've seen them by the thousands, but I have not. But I'm not a world traveler like let's say Joe and Chuck are. But I have not seen them. I haven't seen them here. Let's see. Yeah, full. Oh, that's full electric. Okay, so the EV is full electric, and that was the one that I was originally, I think, going to drive, and I still want to drive that one too, Waza, and and see what it's all about. And that's the one that, like Gary and everybody said, was I was just a little too chicken to, I wanted something. I guess in my mind, it really wouldn't have made much difference whether it was charging from that petrol three-cylinder power plant, which I guess would be an alternator, and and plugging it in. You're still relying on everything electric. So I guess I could have. And like I said, I might go that way in 2 or 3 years. We might change and get something else. I know that Les was asking whether we were going to keep the truck, and we're definitely going to keep the truck. Les is what's the name of Les's channel? God, I'm horrible. My mind. Retired, living the life, something like that. Who knows? Somebody put it up for me. Bobby might know. He just put up. Thanks for putting up the links too, Bobby. Appreciate it. Uh, is Bruce here? I didn't see Bruce. He might not be, and it's okay. Just when I see him, I'm going, "Oh crap! Did I miss somebody?" But yeah, he had asked, and we're going to keep the truck. I just out of all the time that we've had the truck. Obviously, it was hers, and then the motor blew up, and I put a new motor in it, or had the motor rebuilt. That was 2 years ago, and we just had to replace a radiator core, um, and that's pretty much it. We haven't had any problem with it, and we've driven it quite a bit. I think we've went back and forth to Kochang 2 or 3 times, and around town and all that. But it just comes in so handy. Gabe, can you help us move? We need something to move a scooter from here to here, and can we need to box, and it just comes in handy. I ain't getting rid of it. Plus, it doesn't cost me anything except for the yearly tags on it to keep it. So it's nothing. It's pretty much a given. Let's see. I believe it has a range of. Yeah, if I remember right, Waza, that was the one I was going to look at. It was 430 kilometers to Kochang, and that was what the range was on that vehicle, 425 or something like that. So uh, it was over. I think it was over that. You could check. I think it was over four. It was like 430, something in that range. Good night, Jam is going to bed. Still have to work early tomorrow. Bet you can't wait to get retired, right? And you're coming, I think, in July. If I'm, if my mind is working correctly this morning. Everybody saying good night. Um, and let's see. Retired and living the dream. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. Les will be mad at me now, but anyway, Les is a great guy, and his channel's really a good one too. He's got a lot in the electrical background and stuff like that, and just a good guy. I spent time with him when I was in Pattaya. Look forward to spending more time with him. Gator saying, what did you say? Dish cleanup, garbage disposal, noisy. Okay, cool. And everybody's saying goodnight to Jim. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll do an in-depth deal review on the Nissan Kicks. But from what I've experienced so far, the air conditioner is crazy cold. Not a problem at all, because I was worried. It doesn't have vents in the back, but the two that are in the center that actually would blow into the back seat are incredibly strong. And I guess my wife said one of the things that they all talk about on the internet is how good and cold the air conditioner is. So I was worried about that, not having them in the back, but it isn't an issue. And it's got the charging deal. Everything was great. I'm sure that if I find something, I will be upfront and honest with you. What's Carl saying?
So Dave, I think you've got an opportunity here based on something you said earlier. You're going to start raising tilapia? Is that your plan?
Yeah, well, I did that little deal where I did a video on it, never really followed up on it too much, and we ended up giving them that yay big, maybe had 50 out of the 100 or so that we put into that above ground pond, which was way overcrowding them and not enough filtration. But we ended up giving them to the cousin that built the fence. He's got a pond on his property, and when we moved, and how long has it been since we moved now? Almost 2 months. He came over and took those from the other house and brought them to his pond. So and I've got to check into the aeration and the feeding rate, and they have food just for tilapia, or for that and the catfish. Somebody said to raise the catfish too, that they eat a lot of the catfish.
My father-in-law raised catfish. God, Baduk, I think, for a couple of years, and God, those things multiply like crazy.
Yeah, that's what.
It was nuts. It was like he said, "Hey, I want to get the Baduk." I said, "Well, how are you going to get them?" Because he built basically a swimming pool, concrete swimming pool.
I don't know. Can I
And
go over there and steal them, Bobby? Bobby's asking if I'm getting them from their pond.
yeah, because
But
Bobby's getting ripped off right now
yeah, I could go
by
over there
some
and sneak
people.
in and out.
But my father-in-law, he like drained the pool down to like, I don't know, 18 inches of water,
All right.
and it was catfish out the yin yang, man. It was like it was crazy. Dave, my I guess my point to you is, if you get into this fish or fisheries business, you could start a whole nother channel, and I guarantee you, I mean, while I appreciate what you do here, I bet you that would take
I like
off.
fish. I've been thinking about the koi stuff, but I
Have a
get enough
koi
now.
channel or
Yeah, but you
whatever.
know the deal with that is they're going to be. This is all pretty much me gifting the family whatever comes out of that. In other words, if
Right.
they want to, they can. I'll put the fish in there. I'll buy the food. I'll even buy an automatic feeder so no one has to be really inconvenienced. I'll figure out what it takes for the aeration. I'll be paying the electric bill, but it's going to be their. In other words, if there's money to be made, it's up to them. If you want
Sure.
to keep them and eat them, if you want to grow them and
Eat the
sell them,
koi?
it's all up to you. What's that?
Did you say eat the koi?
No, no,
Or
no. Tilapia.
oh,
Yeah.
tilapia. Okay, I'm like, it's an expensive meal otherwise. That's like
Yeah, that's
eating
right.
great horned owl.
Yeah, that's right, Bobby. They were stealing them. Did you get that, or did you think about getting that camera that I showed you? Uh, no coffee,
Hey Bobby,
coffee and
I'm
Dave.
available
You
for
bet.
surveillance duties and I'm a pretty good shot. I'm just
I guess
saying.
he said people were stealing the fish, and if it was mine, I would put the camera up just because I'd want to know who it was. What I would do about it would probably be nothing. I mean, if they were neighbors or people that are doing this to survive because I can't get enough
Right?
work to feed my family and it helps them. I would maybe confront them and say, you guys don't need to be. You can come in the middle of the day and take a few whatever you need. Please don't take more than you need. And if it helps you, God bless you. That might be the most that I would do. I would definitely not confront them in any kind of
I,
anger
I
way because it's just not that time.
I
People
agree,
are,
Dave.
it's a hard
If it
time.
was like take what you need, but don't take what you're gonna sell, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, for eating wise, I would do it. And the sales deal, I, yeah, it would probably be best not to,
Be,
because if you
be,
said something like that, you might have 500 neighbors over there
because
taking every bit of fish out of your
there
pond.
might be somebody else that could use that to eat. You know.
Yeah, see, Bobby's saying the same. He's on the same. Of course, most of the people that are on this channel are on the same wavelength. I'm sure that they're hungry and we don't need them right now, and I agree with that, Bobby. And like I said, anything that I can do to help, people is what I want to do. So that's why I said before, I can't say where anything that gets contributed to this channel, that it's for this or for that. It's for me, and I can do anything I want to with it. It'll always go back into Thailand, and that's my word. And I have to do that so that I don't get attacked and say that I'm a charity, and they could do all sorts of crappy stuff. And I'm talking about the trolls. So,
It's
you know,
amazing what bad things people say about people on YouTube. I'm just shocked and
yeah,
amazed what people say.
it is. And I feel for some of the people because I know that there's a lot of people out there that have good intent with everything. And how do you know who? The only thing I would say that if anybody that wanted to and wanted to contribute to something, I would contribute to a approved, registered, you know, um, I'm lost my words now. Group that charity that gives back to Thailand. That would be the best and easiest way. My wife, the little bit that I give and the people have given, it goes to her, and she distribute it back into Thailand the way she wants to. Whether that's stopping the 95-year-old lady that's can't pedal her bike down the street anymore, that's walking with her cart, giving her 1,000 baht or 500 baht. It's all up to her. Don't care. As long as it puts a smile on her face, I'm fine. And it goes back to Thailand because, like I said, I put it from the beginning. That one doctor that was my respiratory doctor for my lungs and my heart doctor, both of which were the two that saved my life, said that I need to give back to Thailand. And it was the best advice that he'd given to me. And like I said, he was the guy that drove into the hospital with a trunk full of goodies for everybody, and they would come up to him and get bags of rice and canned fish and everything. The guy was extraordinary, and he made me do it. And that's why a certain amount of money I'm going to give back regardless. Comes out of my pocket, just the way it goes. But and like I said, it's not totally selfless. I get a complete joy out of seeing the smiles on my wife's, my in-laws, and my children's faces. Goes a little slow. Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing about YouTube is all you got to do is go click, and you can go to another channel. But they don't like that. We won't get into that. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Gary. Gator put up. She just went to work. She actually took the car this morning. She has to take my mother-in-law over to the hospital. She's got something with her shoulder. She's got a bum shoulder, and this is like her second or third physical therapy. So she's going to go over there with her, and I don't know how she's going to get her home, but be interesting.
Yeah, your wife.
Nice
For the listeners and watchers here, if you're not subscribed to Toby Little Girl, that's Dave's wife. Subscribe. She does some great little shorts videos. She really
I don't know if she
does.
did the latest one, but they got a picture that's on Facebook of that little Toby went with us, the little dog. She
Yeah.
calls it a cobra tongue. The thing is up, and whoever snapped the picture snapped it absolutely perfect. And it's with her tongue coming out and touching her nose.
Your wife's
It's
videos
hilarious.
they're never gonna occupy your time like any of the stuff that like you or I put out. They're gonna take 30 seconds of your life, and check them out because they always make me smile anyway. So
Yeah, she does fun stuff.
hey
JJ,
JJ.
glad you could make it. I stopped by early this morning. I guess I just got there at the end. I had just woken up. I think it was my time. It was 5:30, something like that. JJ, 5:45. So yeah, I really like it. I'm going to do an in-depth deal on it, and I'm really impressed so far. We'll see. What does Waza say? I never understand why certain people are more concerned. I guess because they don't have a life. I'm gathering would be what I would guess, Waza. They don't. It's what they. I don't know. They don't have a life. Let's see. And Pie Guy is saying hi to ET. And thanks for putting that up, Jake. And
I appreciate Gary.
I think I caught up with everything. I don't know. If I didn't, guys, put it back in, and I'll answer it if it's a question. Let's see. I missed this one. What is this one? What did Raymond say? How you doing, Raymond? By the way, eat all you can and sell the rest. It's a commercial back in the day. Yeah, it's going to be good for them. There are tilapia in there now, or fish in there now, and I guess they do take a few, but I want to get it up to what farming status. How many can I actually grow in this one rye pond that's 3 meters deep? Because I'll punch the hole and I'll keep the thing full, and I'd like to have at least, which I didn't do here, which I still might, is put a solar on the well. That way it can fill up the pond during the day, and it doesn't cost me anything. So depending on what I do, I'm definitely going to go solar. It's about 25,000 baht, I think. I can't remember. It's been so long now. I got to go back in and check it out. Let's see. What did I miss? GottoLoveThailand. Don't tell me I just pictured you on the porch in a rocking chair. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Shooting people. Excuse me. Let's see. Thanks, Gary. Congratulations to you. JJ's saying to you, Jake. Um, Sorry I missed your live, Jason. We were on the road, and I'm sure that everybody knows, Bobby. I think you're forgiven. I don't know. It was such a menial thing, right? Life changing. I still have the 2009 Prius too. Cool, with no issues. That's awesome. You know, that was my biggest concern on this one, is what the battery's going to be like in 10 years. I'm imagining, the trips that we take in 10 years. I'm going to be 75 years old. How I don't know what I'll be doing then, but mainly it was for the original deal was my wife, raining, I didn't want her riding her scooter back and forth to work. Now at the new NZ, which is TOT and CAT government internet and all that, they have a place for her to park, so she can actually take the vehicle. The other reason was she doesn't want me taking off on my Forza and going away for 5, 6, 7 days by myself. So she said, now you can go do whatever you want to do and just take the car. Which she doesn't understand. I like two wheels, man. I mean, it's me. But if it's raining or it's a rainy season, do I really want to, ride around like I did in my youth and in freezing rain and stuff? Well, you're not going to get that here.
Oh, I know,
But
I
rain
know
here,
that, Dave. I
yeah,
used to
I'm
be
not going to
dressed
do it.
like the frickin' Gordon's fisherman driving in my frickin' rain
Yeah,
gear
and so I don't have a problem
on
with
motorcycle.
driving the car. Gotta go. Thanks for all the support. Have a great day. All right, Paul, take it easy. What about old
See you, Paul
style
X, Xander
windmill pump? I
Man.
don't know if they have enough. I'm gonna read into some of the green stuff, but I haven't seen too many of them. They do get some wins here, but I've noticed most of the wins are um, went right before a rain or during a rain. So I don't know. I will check into it though. Anything that I can do. But the solar, from what I've seen, and because I did a lot of checking into for this house, so um, it I'm just, the cost for some reason in my mind is gone. But I want to say it was somewhere around 25,000 baht for a decent one, a decent, inch and a half line coming up and that kind of things. But because definitely I want to put water in that pond. I'd like to have some kind of filtration on it, but it just isn't possible in an earth pond. It's kind of tough. But on the size, and if you keep the load right, it shouldn't be a problem. But I'll find out. I'll read into it and check it out and see what they say. And Gary's saying, I agree with your wife. Take the car. Yeah, I know. And I am, you know, I look at myself a lot different now than I did before I was in the hospital for 3 months. And, the human body's a lot more frail than I had images in my mind of me being, indestructible type. Nothing can hurt me. And so I have a total different deal. But like I said, when I was younger, I had an epiphany or whatever you want to call it. I was on the bike I built with a rigid frame panhead out through canyons with sheer freaking cliffs and out all day, and drove into my mom's driveway, and the whole bottom fell out of that panhead. All the bearings and everything dropped. And if it would have happened any time during that deal, I'd have been dead. And in my mind, I was told, basically, you're not going to die on a motorcycle. And I felt that way my whole life. And I haven't even come close. Have I come off? Yeah, a couple of times. But have I been seriously injured? No. And I feel totally comfortable riding. But maybe I'm arrogant again. I don't know. But in my mind, for the last 55 years or however long it's been that I've been on two wheels, I felt fine. Nothing worries me when I'm on it. But it scares the living crap out of my wife, and I don't want to do that. Let's see what JJ
That's the thing,
says.
Dave. Is now you've got this thing called commitment, and like your wife is younger than you, so
Yeah, yeah. Now let's
that
let
kind
Tom
of
in. Tom's
changes
at
the
the Wombat.
dynamic.
Tom's at the Wombat. Here, let's see. Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Hey,
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 good
Tom.
night there, chaps. Yeah, we're at the Wombat. Yeah,
Cool, cool.
me, the wife. We come to have breakfast with the owners this morning. You know? Very nice.
Very nice.
Well,
Because
Tom,
one of our
tell
one
Stephen
of our
Roy
ex
we all say
he's
hello.
welcome here, but he's not. But there you go. So I'd like to go and put a good word in for him. Here
Cool.
we
I
go.
bet
It's the Wombat. Look at
quite a
it.
few people.
Welcome to the Wombat. Good morning.
Live video.
Oh, excellent.
Very nice.
Don't we just love it?
Yeah, yeah, very nice. I can't wait
Oh,
to come and see
yeah, well, what I'll do is we'll put you on the big screen, so we'll watch the rest of the show on there.
it. Good, I
Have a
appreciate
great
it.
Outstanding.
day. Have a great day, everybody.
Tell them thank you.
Welcome to Thailand. Pride will say hello.
Hello.
Hi,
How are
everyone.
you? How are you?
Thank you, Roger.
What's that?
What about you?
How about you?
What about me? How am I? I'm good.
Yeah. So we'll catch you guys later.
All right, Tom. Have a good one. All right. Let's see. I missed it.
It's always good. It's always
Let me
good. It's
see what
always
it.
good.
Let's see. I agree with you. Let's see. JJ saying time to get done. Do you mind if I feature your NHRA video on my website, my friend's video spot the next week? Would love to do it. Cool. I'm sure that's not a problem. Yep. No, I don't mind. Bobby minds. He'll copyright the crud out of you. Just kidding. Dave Bilda. I gotta see. I'm gonna take a look, ET, and see what I've kind of got the dimensions now. So I'll start like we did on this house. I'll start sketching out the land, figuring out what's gonna fit, what's not gonna fit. But I wouldn't mind having a at least a porch cantilevered over the pond would be fine with me. I could throw a rod in and a barbless hook and
Uh,
have
I'm
fun all day long, and the
I'm
kids would have a ball.
I'm gonna bail here fairly shortly. I think ET, you need to fill my spot here and fill
Sure, anybody that wants to come on, I'll put
or
the
anybody, right?
yeah, I'll put the link in for where is it? Here we go. I'll put it in right now in case anybody. I don't. As long as
I
it's
think I'm gonna just revert back to mod duties. I got some things I got to answer back on some other social media because of my retirement, Dave. So
yeah, yeah, you sure. Go ahead. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate
no,
it, Jake.
it's always I had no idea you were going on tonight. I was thinking, since we just did it, and
No,
I'm getting these notifications. I'm like, what the heck is this all about? And I'm like, some. I told my wife, I said, babe, I think Dave's going live, and I gotta get on. And we're because I want to do my mod duties for you. I want to help you out.
right.
But
I
damn, it's
appreciate
hard.
it.
It's hard to eat a
Always.
steak and potato when you're trying to moderate a channel. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no worries. But take it
Hey,
easy. Tell your wife I said hello too.
I most certainly will. Hey, Dave. Thanks. This community. If you, if those of you who are new to it that are still watching, and I know who you are. Um, if this is a great community. The people on this channel are people who all genuinely care for each other. So, for the love of
That's
God,
true.
subscribe to this channel, be part of these live streams whenever you can, and you'll find your life will be much more happy and enriching. So thanks,
Thanks.
Dave. I'm going to
Appreciate it.
duck out right now, but
All right. I
thank you
appreciate
for
it.
the opportunity to be on the show. Much appreciated,
Thanks.
Maraming Salamat po and Krap kun makap. Boy, thank you
Take
very
it
much.
easy, Jake.
Bye.
So let's see. build a chalet on the pond and get solar panels 10K, which is good for a night with 12. Yeah, and some of them might, I got to have air conditioning, so I got to check into that. I know that I forget the name of the guy he's been on for a long time. The older, I forget his name. Anyway, he's got some land that he went green on, and he's got enough, and it looks very small, and he can run his air conditioner pretty much all night on the battery. So we'll see. Yeah, Raymond. Yeah, true. And road rash sucks. I mean, I've seen more than I've gotten. A lot of my friends that went down, and it's not a fun deal in the valley anyway. It wasn't a lot of asphalt, and when you went down, the way that they cleaned it before they gave you medication, most of the time, was with a hard brush and the iodine stuff, and just scraped right into the open to get the little rocks and pebbles and stuff. They weren't very nice. They were doing their job. They were doing what they're supposed to be doing. Hey, Tom is the owner from, I believe so. I believe from New Zealand. If so, what part? So, Tom, if you see that and you're still there, maybe if you want to jump in and answer that, that would be nice. I don't know if he might just be sitting down. Everybody's saying, yeah, wait, I had a Thai soup for dinner. Now you're going to have real, I'm imagining you're going to definitely be in Thailand this year, so I'm looking forward to it, Bobby and Jai. Looking forward to meeting both of you. And like I said, if you need me during this time to go over and check on anything over there, just talk to me, Bobby, whenever you want to, and I can run over there, put an eye on something, and because I am retired and I'm really busy, so I have plenty of time to help if I can. And I'm saying thanks for sharing, Cole. See you, Jake. Cheers, Jader. Yes, I do. Yeah, all night long. If the temperatures are down a little bit, then I can, with just a fan blowing on me, no sheet, in shorts. That's pretty much it. I can do it, but for the most part, except in Surin here, I don't know how it is most or some other places, but that November, December, January, February, it gets cool. It's nice, and I'm saying cool in the daytime. It maybe gets to 82, and you could wake up to low 60s, mid 60s, and it's the same way in Tatpanome, because I know that Chuck, it's actually been colder there when I've talked to him, and than it has been in Surin. How many showers? Usually 2. It depends if I go out. If I stay in mostly, then and don't go out and sweat, then I can get away with 1 shower, but mostly 2 times. Hey Tony, how you doing? Yeah, so hopefully the property, if and when we get on there, I can do something. I want to at least do solar for the well, and then I gotta, like I said, I'm gonna check into the tilapia in a pond, how to grow them, how much they eat, what's the feed rate, how many can exist in that 3/4 to 1 rye pond that's 3 meters deep. What I need for it to make healthy quality fish and not overpopulate the pond, because I know with koi, if you don't have the filter, see, I got the ability. Is it good to crowd them? No, it's never good to crowd them, but I can overstock this little thing I had here. I had twice the fish there until they shoved a bunch of chlorine in the water, and I didn't know. But I've got it way over filtered. Don't really have that option in a pond, so we'll find out. And Tony's saying hi to everybody. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. It'll be another little something to keep me semi busy. Let's see, what do we got? It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe I'm getting stuff I don't even know what it is. Looks like koi. Anyway, somebody's sending me something. But yeah, that's on the major deal. So probably the end of the year, I'm hoping to finish everything here. If I have the ability, I'd like to purchase the studio condo in Rayong, next to Tom, and then maybe start, at least raise the land on the land in Ubon, because like I said, if I'm not going to put in pylons, so it's got to sit for at least a year. There must be another way to do that, because I know they have the vibration compactors on stuff when I've cut pads where I put my 30 by 60 metal building on, and it had to be compacted to a certain deal that they tested, building and safety or whoever it was. So there must be another way if I want to, but letting sit's fine. I'm not going to be able to touch it for 9-10 months anyway, so not a big deal. But hopefully get into that next year, and then see what happens. Maybe take a break. I don't. I could use a break. Let's see. What is we're set back now for a while. My dad's services won't be until sometime in July. Waiting for a date from the veteran. Okay, cool. That's good. I mean, you could use a little rest and relaxation now anyway. Don't need to be rushing into anything. How much is one dump of dirt? They told me 200 baht, and I think Daniel just said 300. I guess it's going to depend the situation, obviously, and the location. When we did this land, it was right in the middle of the first crisis, and it was a nightmare. No one was working. Everybody's out there, and we got it done for under half of what it should have gone for, and they were happy to do it. They gave me the price, so. Hey, Uncle Craig, glad you could make it. I'm going to go over and look at your video on the gruesome one, and I see you put up a price breakdown on the carport, what I call the carport, and somebody was saying, I don't know who it was that came in and said it was like $850, and that was for material, and then I think it was labor from then on. So I'll come check it out. But again, anybody that isn't subscribed, please subscribe to Uncle Craig's channel. You'll enjoy it. Coming from here, you will. Let's see, Gary. I'm rocking outside now for my fitness walk. That seemed better. Reminded me. Yeah, good. That's always good. Get 100 of these off to the gym. Good for you, Tony. Misdemeanor says hi to Uncle Craig. So I got to go check out his one. The one I had asked him about was the breakdown, because I'd like to build something like that on the Ubon property, and like I said, a little one here to park the truck, because I can't fit both the car and the truck under in my driveway. So I'm going to see and break that down on cost-wise. Excuse me. Oh, I guess I must be tired. I don't know. Everybody's saying good morning. Everybody's saying good morning to Tony. And yeah, I don't know. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. What do you guys think? How many people are here? Yeah, there's 26 people around. If you guys got questions, I'll hang for a little while. I don't really have all that much more going. I'd like to do. I still haven't done the camping on the Forza. I'd like to do that, although my wife isn't a fan of that. But I need to spend a little bit of money to get the tent, a couple other, not much money, and put that stuff together. And I still want to do that. Now, it might not be until November when the weather cools down again, but I do definitely want to do it. So that'll be something. And I'd like to do more on the fish. So between the two, I'd like to do that. Yeah, Tony, you look good. Good job. I got to get back. My kids, even I mentioned the other day, I got to go more and the one youngest daughter, she rattled off something to my wife. I said, "What'd she say?" And she said, "You say that all the time." So they want me to go. They want me to get in shape, and that's what I'd like. I don't know. You're way taller than me, Bobby, but I'd like to be somewhere around. When I got out of the hospital, I think I was 103, but I felt weak as heck because I couldn't move, basically. But I'm thinking somewhere around 100 is what I'd like to. I don't know. Sometimes I think the stuff's too skinny. I mean, I don't know what is that, and you might know, Tony. What is the BMI or whatever the world average of this is what you should be? Says I should be like 153 pounds, and it's like what in one leg? You know, it's like I couldn't the weight that they say I should be at. I would never. When I got down to 176 when I was 20 years old, I felt too light. I actually felt my best about 205, but it was a different body shape too. Then I worked out with weights and stuff too. So it's all, I guess, all relevant. I don't know, but that body index, forget about it. I throw that out the window. That's a laugh. Um, it I don't know. What does it say you should be, Tony? Do you know? I don't know. Yeah, let's see, about 127 kilo. Your heaviest. Wow. I'm that now. I think I might even be a little bit more. No, I think I'm 125, 126, something. So I've gained back 20 kilo, 40 pounds. So over half of what of what I lost. But I need to get back in the gym, and I've got a trainer there and everything. It's real easy to do. I just drive up. I do my cardio, and then it's brainless. He just go over here, do this, go over here, do this. So it's good and it's cheap. I forget exactly what I pay, but when I start back up again with the trainer, I'll let you guys know. Hey, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Glad that you said cool. uh, you're 78 kilos, but you look good. I don't know. I don't know how tall you are. I'm 5'10", a little over, I think. MAF, how you doing? We have one rye 7.5 deep earth pond stocked with 5,000, 2,500 tilapia and 1,500 catfish. Second year, use a lot of morning glory for feed and clean up with water. Cool. I'm glad that you popped in. I will. You're almost twice as deep as I am, and it's a little bit smaller. I haven't measured it exactly. If you look at my last video I just put up this morning, you'll get a picture of it. But I think he said it was 3.5, 4 meters deep. So that at least gives me a good idea. I'll have to write that down before I get out of the chat. Thank you very much for the info. It says you should be 95. Yeah. And you're what, 6'2", Bobby? I think 6'2". I don't know. How tall is Tony? Tony, you still here, or did you go? VMI 20 to 24 is considered normal. Oh, VMI. I don't know what VMI is. Tony, I'm horrible. And this is what. And are you gonna raise? I haven't watched some of your. I gotta watch some. I missed some of the earlier videos. You put out so many, which you should be, which is a good thing. But I gotta catch up on them. I've been running around, but I know that you did a couple on your pond, so I'll have to check that out. But that's about what this one is, 3.5 to 4, and it's about 3/4 of a rye is what he said. So I will. I'll definitely check with you if you're going to do something, or you hear something that this is the way to aerate it or do this or that. By all means, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Don't do cardio, Dave. First walk, 80% is done in the kitchen. Yeah, I know. And I have pretty much cut down now, but it's only been a couple of days. I have been. I only use olive oil. I don't use anything else to cook. So I think I've got a pretty good idea of what kind of a diet that I want to go on, or the foods that I want to eat. And fish and chicken. I like broccoli. I like cauliflower. I like cucumbers. I like a lot of stuff that is fairly decent for me. So I got to just get off the junk. You can't find that. Yeah, I don't know, but I think it says I'm supposed to be like 80 kilo or something. It's like, please, it ain't ever gonna happen. Why you tripping? How you doing? Glad you could make it. When I told, I have to talk to my doctor again. A while back, in fact, I paid for the app and have it on my phone where they've got, it was a decently expensive app, keto one, and told him, and he said absolutely not. So I don't know why. I'm going to have to ask him. I didn't at the time. I just kind of went, okay, but I didn't question him. The next time I go in, I will. But it's definitely going to be lower carb. It's definitely going to be a high protein, low fat type of diet. So unless he tells me no, if you do that, you'll be dead in a week, then I'll have to change. But that was definitely the way I was going to go. I went when I was younger. I went from 227 to 180, 176 in a month, but I was running 6 miles, 6 miles a day. I was only eating. It was all no carbs, no nothing. But I ate a lot of fat, a lot of hamburger, steak, chicken, bacon, cheese, eggs. But I was only 19 years old, 20 years old. So it's different. I've lost weight extremely fast when I was younger, between the exercise and changing my eating. But that's not what I'm looking for now. I want to get a stable weight. I think it's going to be somewhere around 100 kilo, and hopefully in decent shape. Fastest way to lose weight as soon as you get really bad toothache. Don't. Or you could do what I did. You could go into intensive care for 2 months and lose a lot of weight, which it took me 2 years to gain it back, or pretty close. But I need to do that. Daniel, not worried about the theft of your fish when you are away from the pond. No, because that's why I want to. If you look at the video, originally across the front of it, I wanted to put a one bedroom, either a very Thai style house, but with air conditioning, for my cousin-in-law, for my wife's cousin, the actual son of the uncle that's going to be doing the work there that you see in the video also. And he'll live there, so he'll be there every night. But what we decided, they had moved the encroachment for the road way back, and in the video my wife and uncle point that out, and it's almost right up on the pond. I don't have enough room to build it there, so I think what we're going to do, instead of a 2-bedroom, what we were going to build for ourselves, we're going to build a 3-bedroom, and he'll just live there, because I don't care if he's there when we come up to stay. It doesn't matter to me. I'm used to having Thai family around me. Actually, I prefer it. So that's the way that should go. So no, I'm not worried about it. And Pie Guy says, yeah, and a lot of people are on that keto. Any vegetable growing above the ground. Yeah, and I like a lot of that stuff too, Tony. It's just, I finally got my kitchen, and she's pretty much out into the Thai kitchen now. So by maybe the end of this week, I should have it stocked and everything, because I don't have anything in there. A couple of, like a 1 pot, 1 pan, a couple of little forks and knives. I don't have everything I want. I did buy a slow cooker. I do have an air fryer. I do have 2 ovens. So I just got to get it going, and then once I do that, then I'll just cook my own food. In the morning, my wife will cook me. This morning I had scrambled eggs with onion and a sliced red tomato, and I'm content. So let's see why you're tripping. I just put my rental property for sale this weekend, hoping to go to Thailand after. Good choice as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and like I said, is a good way to have stuff and an income and everything. Rental property probably great, but I just couldn't deal with the California deal where somebody could just sit there and screw you for 6 to 8 months and nothing happened to them. They just leave. It was horrible. So I'm not big on rentals, but it is a good way to do it. But if you've made a bunch of money in the way that the real estate market is now across all of the United States, I think it would be a good time to sell. Personal opinion. Of course, don't take my opinion, only if you think it's logical. Insulin, cholesterol in the body can't lose fat, need to allow the body to excess fat. Yeah, I know. I got to find out from my doctor why he said that. Fat doesn't make sugar and carbs. Yeah, and all the carbs. Like I know I love pasta. It's probably going to be the biggest thing that I'm going to have to completely shy away. And bread. I mean, give me a loaf of bread and olive oil and a little bit of pepper, and I could eat the whole damn thing. I have to get away from that train of thought. So hopefully I will. And yeah, I've heard about this intermittent fasting too, Tony. So I'll bring a couple of things up. I think I go see him. Let's see, we're in April, January, February, March, April, May. I think the beginning of June, and I will check with him. I lost 30 pounds. Wow, since November, following the acid watchers diet. I was trying to lose weight. I was doing it, acid reflux. I do to a certain extent too, while you're tripping. So maybe it's something that I will definitely take a look at. Yeah, it's bacon, and I do like bacon. Given about, I don't drink alcohol. Tony, I think I've had 2 wine coolers in the last year. Those little bottles. I had them actually when we went to Koh Chang. We're not big drinkers anymore. Bacon and eggs. I heard eggs are actually good for you. Now, I've always thought that way. There's actually a doctor on YouTube that's been eating 3 eggs a day for 40 years and swears by them. So, and I guess if my cholesterol is good. So I guess if it's good, you don't have to worry about it. I have 2 stents too, put in, and I cut the acid really cool. I don't know what my heart doctor says. The last time I went in there, he was, besides, I should stabilize my weight, and he never even mentioned that. But he said you could live forever. So obviously he's seeing something good. Yeah, Jason Fung, I've seen that before. I haven't had an issue in 2 years. I haven't had any problems either, Bobby. But you work out quite a bit too. You have the gym inside the house too, right? If I remember right. Macro, pretty much, Daniel. Most of the time, she'll go to Big C once in a while to get certain things that you can't get at Macro. Very rarely to Lotus. Very rarely. I want to say we've been to Lotus 2 times in the last 8 months. So, need to sell quick. Things are starting to burn, at least slow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not there now, but I know that people were getting above market asking prices or whatever, above their asking price. What's the story on pregnant needs? he's I don't know, man. The guy's like, as my wife says, he needs to stay on his medication. He just likes to say stuff about people, and he said he put out 3 videos on me in a week period about Fat Santa and this, and I don't mind that stuff. Like I said, I don't mind anybody saying anything that is semi true about me. When you put stuff out that's lies, either stop being lazy and get the true facts about the person that you want to try to crucify, or don't crucify him. And he had some kind of a problem with a YouTuber in the Philippines that I never seen before, and he actually went there and cold cocked him from behind while the guy was live streaming. So he did 4 days in jail, and now he's facing, like I said, You know, he likes to just be mean as hell. I mean, almost threatening. I'm gonna beat, I'm gonna come get, all sorts of crap. And I imagine he took down all those videos because his attorney said probably not a good thing to have up on YouTube right now. So he took down, I think the latest video that he has is from 6 months ago. But I don't like to wish anybody ill wishes, but him, he deserves it. He's a scumbag troll. So let's see. Yeah, I love the carbs, right? And you're in New York too, where you got that nice pizza and stuff right downstairs, I'm sure, or right next door. Tony's saying a lot of doctors are against a lot of the news. Yeah, and they could be. And my doctor's pretty, he saved my life, so I got to listen to what he says, obviously. But I'm not going to just go, hey, why? You don't need to know why. Just don't do it. That doesn't fly with me, although I don't think he would do that. He'll explain to me why and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, Robert, how you doing? Just got to Saigon. Oh, cool. Good, me too now. Got bored with it. Yeah, I do want to do something. A lot of it's going to be based around some kind of a, like you said, walking, whatever you're going to do. Whatever I'm going to do on a routine basis so that I schedule myself, that I get up in the morning, I go out, I do this, then I go to this and do that. I've got to be on some kind of regiment. Otherwise, I'm not going to, it's not going to be good. Everybody's saying hi to Robert. Yeah, I thought you did because I think you did a couple of live streams with that. I think working out you did a couple of them too. Hey, how you doing? I stopped by your live stream, I think the other day, yesterday. Can't remember, or maybe last night. Sometimes you're on in the middle of a lot of people are on the middle of the night, but I get up so many times during the night, I get to catch them. So, let's see. When our gym was closed for at least a couple of days ago, it was 100 walking, heavy rope in my garden. Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you, what you got to do. It was better before all this stuff came out with the virus stuff. And then my wife just said, I mean, I was getting into the routine. I was really close to really feeling good. And, I'd been maybe 2 months, 3 months into it. And then that second wave deal hit. And my wife said, no, I don't want you going because I don't want to take a chance of you. And in some instances, I think it closed anyway for a little while. So I really didn't have a choice on the gym thing. I almost thought about what Bobby has. I looked into those and the 25 to 30,000, 35,000 baht. You can get a fairly decent one, it looks like. I know Chuck has one, and that might be a possibility. Although I gave my room to my in-laws. That was going to be my YouTube fun room, man cave type thing, and not anymore. Now I might do that with that back building. My wife wants it to be a place to maybe have family over every week like Chuck does, which would be nice. I like that. I think that was one of the main reasons when I started watching Chuck, when he got into doing that and they were doing their Sunday fun day that I like. I like the family deal. Coming from an Italian background, we did a lot of that when we were younger. I think I said before, it's a little different now. West Coast, East Coast. Most of my family's on the East Coast. Only ones that came was my grandmother, grandfather, my two uncles, and my mother, originally in the mid '50s. But I like that family stuff. But I think I could design the room to where those tables could probably collapse and go up against one wall, and then I'd have that whole area to mess around in. And I might do that. It's going to have a lookout on the top too. I like the village workout equipment. I see everywhere outside. Yeah, and they're starting to open those up, and I even seen that they're starting to refurbish them, painted and taking some of the sharp edges off of a lot of that equipment, and it looks like they're starting to get it. It looks like Thailand's doing a lot of infrastructure type stuff. I mean, when we went on the road to Ubon, I mean, they're just doing major, construction around, and it's good. I think anyway. Let's see. But hopefully that's what I'm going to do. So I got to talk to the doctor. It's probably still going to be high protein, low fat, cut out sugars, really restricted on the carbs, between complex and whatever. I'll have to kind of find a balance, and then once I talk to him, find out why did he say that, and I don't know why I didn't question him then, because I'm not usually like that. I don't just accept somebody's, you know, just don't do it. I got to know why. Nightlife, I like the boogie. But yeah, so that would be what I'm shooting for, and I've got to get started on it. I've got the. I didn't see Black Sheep here today, but I've got to get the paperwork still finished for my book, my passport, and still waiting to find out about which surgeons that are locally here. I still have to get in contact with the doctor again on that too, and I need to stop procrastinating and just do it, you know. But anyway, I think it's been an hour and 45 minutes, so I think I'm going to end the live stream. What's today? Today's Monday for me. So Tuesday, Wednesday, which is a bummer because I'm going to, well, it actually works out pretty good. Dana's on 9 o'clock on Wednesdays, so we'll hit a Wednesday again this week, but I'll be on at 7:30. So I usually end before he starts, and that way there's no, I like to do that if I can, and stay out of people's live streams. I know that everybody's like that. Robert had got a hold of me and said, "Are you doing a live stream the other day?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, okay, then I'll not do mine until." So everybody's, you know, helps everybody. I even had Chuck doing that. Chuck's got, what, 67,000 subscribers, and he would ask me back then, "Are you doing one this one?" So, good people. Like I said, I guess before I check out here and say goodbye to everybody, surround yourself with good people, good thoughts, positive as much as you can. Sometimes it's not possible. I get backed in a corner occasionally and blurt out stuff that sometimes I got to do it. It's a relief mechanism. So hopefully I just don't carry it too far. I don't like to be negative. So I will thank again everybody that has come in, everybody that's in the chat, that stays in, that watches, doesn't comment, new subscribers, everything. It's all welcome, and thank you very much, and I will catch you on the next one.